We're back. Time for the Politics Fix with the Washington Post, Perry Bacon, and MSNBC political analyst Michelle Bernard, who's the president of the Independent Women's Voice. Let's look at this. A statement by Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she made this statement in an interview to USA Today before Justice Souter decided to quit the court. Quote, this is what Justice Ginsburg said. You know the line that Sandra and I, or Sandra Day O'Connor and I, keep repeating, that at the end of the day, a wise old man and a wise old woman reach the same judgment. But there are perceptions that we have because we are women. It's a subtle influence. We can be sensitive to things that are said in draft opinions that male justices are not aware can be offensive. So she's not saying stack the court, balance the court, but she says there ought to be women on that court.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody would disagree with her in saying that. There are probably other groups and bean counters who will say, President Obama has to put a woman on the court. President Obama has to put a black person or a Hispanic person on the court. I think Justice Ginsburg would say that the most important thing is to have the most qualified person on the court.
Do you have a sense that we're watching this process already beginning?
Absolutely.
I see Jennifer Granholm's name, the governor of Michigan, who's a top Ivy League law graduate. I think Harvard or Yale, one of the two. I think Harvard. Yeah. Definitely well-known figure, not a jurist, but a public official of high repute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's floating that name. And why would you float that name if you didn't intend to pick her? Because you don't want to drag her out there, put her name out there, and then 3 days later say, no, we didn't find her up to snuff.
Well, I mean, they're not saying that they're the people who have leaked these names. There are lots of names that are out there, and I think maybe it is to see what the public reaction is going to be, whether it is from people who feel that she's not the right woman, or for people who are saying, what about that lonely old white male out there? Why aren't you looking at, at this whole category of males on state and federal courts throughout the country? Incidentally, I don't necessarily think President Obama is going to pick somebody from the federal bench. I think he's going to pick somebody that we normally have not seen presidents look at in the past.
Give a sense, Michelle, that the Republicans are going to lay back on this one, that they're not going to really stop this. If the person's qualified and moderate, as sort of a Justice Breyer type, Stephen Breyer, they're going to let this go. They're not going to vote knee-jerk.
No, I don't have a clue. I think that it's going to depend on who the person is. If it is somebody who is a far lefty, we're going to see a lot. I think we're going to see fights right away.
Okay, thank you very much, Perry Bacon. We like fights. Michelle Bernard, join us again tomorrow.